Hello and welcome everyone. So today is the big day for Last Epoch. Season 2 has been completely announced with all the features that are going to be in Season 2, and there are quite a lot. So Last Epoch gets this chunky big update on April the 2nd. It will launch. It is quite iffy that they are launching the new league, the new season on Wednesday, but still we are gonna have new faction, reworks to different multiple endgame mechanics. We are gonna get updates to some classes such as Sentinel. We are gonna get completely new side areas throughout the whole game, the campaign and monoliths. We are gonna get new types of monoliths that are called cemeteries of the erased, new additions to crafting, which means new runes and just in general new crafting currencies. We're gonna get some additional quality of life changes such as respec of your mastery, which is insane. There you go, new bosses in new monoliths and new pinnacle boss too. And one of the things that community was very eager to have is WASD support, which is going to be in beta, so yeah, probably quite buggy, problems with it, but they are still already adding it to the game. So a new types of affixes on champion gear. We see here different different ways to interact with your unique and your set gear. So yeah, there you go, mastery, respecialization, just a lot. This is Forge of Shattering, so endgame set item crafting. Inventory tabs, which is yet another very cool quality of life addition. So we do have all the different keys and miscellaneous stuff being categorized in different tabs there. So there you see new challenge, Uber Aberos, so it's an Uber version of the previously Pinnacle boss that they've added in patch 1.1. We do have this like cool trailer. To be honest, for Last Epoch indie game, it looks kind of cool that they've managed to do this thing. So it's all themed around tombs and spiders and somewhat of an Egyptian vibe here. Yeah, this is the whole trailer. Now we're gonna go for the a bit more in-depth, though still pretty vague, description of new season on their official website. And so yeah, now we need the date. Is there? Yeah. So April 2nd is going to be a launch, 2025 of course, is going to be the launch of Tombs of the Erased for Last Epoch. So the first big content update, like not the first, but probably in terms of the sheer amount of content that is going to be added to the game, it is the first big one. So yeah, 32 days to Tombs of the Erased are left. We see here the trailer. So Tombs of the Erased, new enemies and bosses await you in our all new procedurally generated side zones. So in each zone, just like in Path of Exile, probably which it is going to be the most similar to Val side areas, at least from the looks of it. We do have just an additional entrance to this smaller-ish instance in your location where you can kill monsters, kill some boss, and probably get some additional and unique loot to that activity. Then we do have new faction, the Woven. These will, as if I'm correct, and from previous news that we had. The Woven should not replace your faction or your already existing factions. It is going to be an additional faction that will gain you, as we can see here, some additional talents, and you will, with this probably mysterious web of power is the talent tree for the faction, and we will get some additional customization of the journey itself, loot options and stuff like that, but it should not be a choice between Woven and two other factions, which are Merchants and the Circle of Fortune, if I remember correctly the name of it. So yeah, it is very cool that they are adding more interesting systems that are not present in other ARPGs, therefore making more of a Last Epoch type of experience that you can get from specifically this ARPG. Then we do have the additions to the monolith, so endgame system. As you can see here, we do have slots for the additional maps, for the additional monoliths that are woven specific. So you will probably get them just in regular side zones. That is just my speculation, but it is quite an it would be a good way to implement them. then you get some specific maps, and then you can apply them to your monoliths, which is for sure cool. And there is new deeper crafting systems, which is definitely one of the most powerful sides of last epoch, is the crafting of your gear, all the options, all the target crafting and stuff. It allows you to weave an echo web yourself, which means that you can get some additional echo monoliths. Additionally, you'll find new objectives, updates to previous echoes, a new endgame boss, and much more, which sounds for sure cool. And they need to add more bosses that are on a pinnacle level. This is where ARPGs thrive. So crafting improvements. There we see it. The most powerful crafting system in an ARPG includes updates to legendary crafting, new and enhanced crafting materials, rework experimental crafting, new champion-only affixes, and the much-anticipated new option for set item crafts in the endgame. What is going to be with set items? For maybe it was confirmed or said or stated somewhere else. I'm not sure about it, but it seemed like you need to place the whole system, place the whole set in some system, and then it will give you some type of a result. And here we see that you can like combine two different, which probably it's going to be adding Weaver's Wheel, or maybe that is what I'm thinking here. But it is cool that they are adding all the new options for you to manipulate your legendaries, unique items, set items, and stuff like that. So mastery respecialization we've already talked about. It is just massive mechanic to add, and they for sure needed to do that, because it is just, and currently in Path of Exile 2, I can't remember if you can or you cannot change it, but you'll probably can, but it doesn't really matter. The system does not feel good. It is cool to experiment inside of the class, and subclass respecialization is one of the core pillars for more replayability on the same character. If you want to change some of type of your playstyle but don't want to re-level in that particular season, so this is just very, very good, and it was much requested, that is for sure. So Sentinel rework, we do have our melee paladin class or being reworked. We still see somewhat similar skills, to be honest, and we do have we do know that they will be able to wield two-handed weapons in one hand with a shield. But just in general, yeah, let's see how this rework goes. But there are still many familiar skills that we see here on the display. Then new marksman skill, Heartseeker, which is just a cool addition for sure. These they look like flying knives, which, yeah, for sure, pretty cool. Boss and loot updates, join the Woven faction and gain access to deeper customization, loot options, and more as you navigate the mysterious web of power. Bosses looked quite cool, especially this wyvern type or dragon. Let's see how they go. These we cannot speculate until we see them. There are for sure new unique items that are probably going to be somewhat specific to these encounters, or maybe just in general they are going to be present in monoliths. Then quality of life improvements, we've seen a lot of them being present in the video already. But just in general, yeah, those tabs for your inventory where you can where you can put different types of currencies or some additional things like keys in additional tab, which is just, it is so good that you don't need to place them all in your stash. And then includes numerous bug fixes, quality of life improvements, the dungeon experience, which is probably tied to keys, inventory management, and more have been reworked or improved upon with Path of Exile. So with Last Epoch. But yeah, so these are the changes. I think they are very cool. I am very hyped to have Last Epoch yet again grasp that interest of ARPG players and proceed with it. I hope that the game will stay on course to improve it, and that people will appreciate it, and that improvements are really worth it. Then there's the last thing. There are going to be Twitch drops whenever the Last Epoch hits the ground. So April 2 to 7th, you're gonna be able to get some skins for your spells, for your skills. So Holy Lightning Blast, Crimson Smite, Holy Shuriken, Cerulean, just like blue Reap Blood, and some title with some additional things probably tied to gifting subs, which was quite a norm already in ARPG genre. So this is your everything covered from the trailer of Last Epoch Season 2. Let's hope that it will be good, and that servers will live up to the expectation. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Bye.